guys, I'm about to start in a minute. Just give me a second. Okay, let me get everything together. So if you guys take a look at the title, it says, To Know Thy Enemy. Okay? So know your enemy. You guys, that is the name of this title here. Let me get comfortable so I can pull some cards. And y'all know, I really have to pull cards because I think that for me, what's understood doesn't really have to be explained, especially through cards. I'm somebody who doesn't, like, we just do it because the masses prefer cards, right? The masses need something visual, right? Because for whatever reason, some people can't visualize things, even though it's happening right around them, right? So we use the cards so people can have a visual of what's going on, okay? So pretty much, y'all, I'm going to pull a couple cards, but I kind of know what we're going to talk about today. Okay, it says know thy enemy. Okay? And a lot of you guys wouldn't know them if they were standing right in front of your face. A lot of them, you wouldn't even know it if they was looking at you through a Zoom call or some type of meeting. A lot of you guys wouldn't even know your enemy. Okay? You guys wouldn't have no idea. So you guys need to visualize. You need somebody else to tell you. You need somebody else to kind of give you advice about, right? But some of us, we kind of know when we look at them dead in their face. We kind of know when they're looking directly at us, when they're speaking to us, what they're saying through conversation, right? We kind of know and have an idea who our enemies are, right? Some of us don't need tarot cards and things like that to know. All we have to do is sit quiet for a little bit, or ask a certain question, and they will reveal themselves, right? Your enemy will reveal themselves and their hand without even knowing that they're revealing it, right? But I'm going to pull some cards for the people who need a visual, right? Because some people need visual. So I'll pull cards for people who need a visual, just a few, and then we're going to touch bases on Know Thy Enemy. If you guys come in, I ask that you guys go ahead and like this video, and then we're going to get started in a little bit, okay? So that way you guys can kind of get familiar of who's really your friend, who's really helping you, and who's really just an enemy disguising as your friend. Wolf in sheep's clothing, right? Look, did you hear that, y'all? My son just touched something with his foot, and it says, "Hi, friend. Know your friends. Know who you're really working with, okay? Know the people who's around you, and if they're around you for your highest good, okay, if that's the reason why they're around you, or if they're around you to be deceptive and deceitful, right? We need to start being familiarizing ourselves with who's our enemy and who's not. Then we will have a better idea on how to maneuver, right? How to maneuver past them. But if you don't know them, it's kind of hard, right, to make that decision for some, okay? So I know you guys need a visual, so I'm about to come back. Just give me 1 second. Because some people, they just, and I don't know what's going on with the visual thing, but that's why a lot of people come to tarot readings, because not only do people give them advice, but they can see it through tarot cards, right? But some of us, it's good. We kind of don't need a picture or a painting or advice to know who our enemy is and who's not. I'm going to pull 5 cards. I'm going to let the cards give you guys somewhat of an idea, okay? And the title is Know Thy Enemy. It doesn't surprise me that there's not that many lights in here, because most of my enemies love to watch. They love to watch from a distance because they know they can't get close. No way, shape, or form. Whether that's spiritually, in reality, they know. Like, I know what they're going to do before they're going to do it. So how can they do something deceptive to me? I don't even know what they be thinking anymore. Like, why do you guys even try, right? So if you guys are in this live, go ahead. You guys can like this video, okay? Because we're about to get into knowing thy enemy, okay? And a lot of my enemies, they watch. They troll, but they watch, right? So, which is fine. Because hopefully they're watching, and when they watch, they realize that any plan that comes against me will never even form. It doesn't even form at this point. It won't even form. Okay, but we're going to pull some cards, you guys. And I kind of want to shake. What card just fell? I knew what I was talking about when I got up on here, you know? But it says a scheme. Let's talk about a Ponzi scheme. Let's talk about a pyramid, okay? Because your enemies is in that pyramid, whether you know it or not, right? It's a pyramid. Y'all remember how they said, girl, don't work for Herbalife because that's a Ponzi scheme. That's a pyramid scheme. Right? They used to say, don't work at certain places because it's a Ponzi scheme. Confirmation on the phone, somebody's calling. Somebody probably on the phone was a part of that Ponzi scheme, whether you guys know it or not. Somebody that try to converse, they're not conversing with you because they want to help the situation. They're not conversing with you because they want what's good for your highest good. They're conversing with you because they're part of a Ponzi scheme, which is a money scheme. So let's elaborate on a Ponzi scheme. I'm only pulling 5 cards because I don't need the cards. I know what I want to talk about and what needs to be talked about to the masses, right? But a scheme, like Herbalife. Let's talk about Herbalife, and I'm going to get into kind of what the Ponzi scheme is because it's in the government if you guys don't pay attention or notice it. So Herbalife, right? You have one person who gets these different people, right, to sell these products, and then they get different people to sell the products, and it kind of keeps going, right? And all you have to do is refer, check out my words, refer another person, and then they get into it, then they start selling, right? So we're getting to referrals in a minute. So if we're talking about the Ponzi scheme and the money scheme, what does that have to do with the pyramid? Class, can someone answer this? What does it have to do with the pyramid, and what does it have to do with your enemies? If it's all about money. And it gets deeper and deeper and deeper, but we're just going to hit the surface, class, because I kind of want you guys to know what's around you, know who you're working with, know who you're working for, and for what reason. And what reason. Okay, we're getting close to the teeth, because, you know, that's how you always know when you're getting close to something. They always let you know when somebody doesn't want you to talk about some information because it messes up their what? Their Ponzi scheme, their money scheme. Come on, class. If you guys go check out my last live about Virginia Pryor and about the Department of Children and Family Services, I'm going to break down what the Ponzi scheme is, giving you guys examples from my life, my own life. Yes, I will share it with you. I'm a very private individual. I don't talk about myself. I just kind of just go through situations, deal with it by myself, go through it by myself, and then I move on to the next journey. Well, I'm going to give you guys an example of what a Ponzi scheme is, okay? Through my own life experience. Okay? So let's start with, we're going to go in the middle. We're going to go up, and then we're going to go down. Okay? Let me sit down for a second so we can talk about this. Because one thing I'm not going to do is ignore the big elephant in the room, and it ain't me. Okay? It's not me. I know who my enemies are. I know. But I want you guys to familiarize yourself with who's your enemy. Please like this video, because I think if sometimes people don't know when they're part of the Ponzi scheme unless somebody tells them. You know, like people work on Herbalife, they was like, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a boss now, I got a cool little job, all I gotta do is refer somebody else and sell them a couple stuff and I'm on, right? Until somebody said, hey, look what you're in. Look at the Ponzi scheme. Look at what you're really a part of. Sometimes people just genuinely don't know, okay, when they're part of a Ponzi scheme, when they're part of a money scheme. And I don't care what y'all say, Herbalife, it was a Ponzi scheme, okay? And all you gotta do is refer somebody else and they make the money, then you get money off of referring somebody else. Doesn't that sound familiar, you guys? What does that sound like? Obamacare. Oh, excuse me, did that come out my throat? Why do y'all think it was an executive? What is all this insurance about? Let's talk about insurance. Let's talk about why, who's paying for it. Let's talk about all these money schemes, right? These big Ponzi schemes. Okay. So now, I know I'm going to get in big trouble for talking about this, but you know what? I'm the type of person, like, they put me through enough already. There ain't nothing worse you could do to me. There's nothing worse. Like, bruh, like, and then when I go through stuff, I'm not going to keep quiet no more because why? Why? but it's going to help somebody else not be a part of that scheme, or to at least know what they're a part of, so they can make a choice after they're in the knowing, right? Okay? And after I did some self-reflecting, see, that's the work. That's the healing is almost people don't want me to heal because they know when I heal and I go within and do self-reflecting, everything is revealed to me. Okay? Everything's revealed to me. So let's talk about this Ponzi scheme, right? We're not going to go off topic. I just want you guys to kind of get an understanding of where we're going here. So you have the Herbalife. Okay? Now let's talk about insurance. So, okay, so I'm supposed to be giving this message a certain way. So I guess, so I'm just, it's a certain way I'm supposed to be giving this message, okay? And the way I'm supposed to be giving this message is actually, it's okay. Let's go back. I'll give y'all my example of my life and how we're in the Ponzi scheme and how everybody else is too, okay? Whether we want to believe it or not. Okay, whether you want to identify with your tracking number, with your prison number or not, because that's a prison number. And I'm going to tell you why. We're going to get into it. So, when we think about the Ponzi scheme, okay. So, they took my son away from me. Okay. The hospitals did, right? So, then when they do that, right? Now, this is all government. This is federal funding. Okay, so all the monies come from the federal funding. It drops down to the government, right? Here, we're going with this pyramid scheme here. So federal funding's up here. They're $2.4 billion that they divvy off per year. So it goes into the federal funding. Then who's underneath that? Who gets the bulk of the money, right? Then it keeps dropping down, dropping down, dropping down, dropping down. It's a pyramid, right? So the hospitals, right? They took them. Now, when somebody takes your child, you know you got to go through the court process and all the processes of things, right? So, therefore, when you go through the things, who gets the money? Who gets money when your child's taken away? Oh, wait. Y'all, this is a class. I do teachings. I just did tarot because a lot of people relate to this, but I do teachings, period, okay? So, class, okay? Okay, so when you drop down, you have the hospitals. Who do they call after and when something like that happens? Department of Children and Family Services. Who gets $2.4 billion a year? Then when you go through them, right? After you go through them, you have to do all this class, all these different stuff, right? But when you do that, somebody gets paid. Somebody gets paid, right? When they refer somebody else, just like Herbalife. When you refer somebody else. And I'll give you guys a visual. We're not talking about karmic masters. Don't be dumb. I'll give you guys a visual on what it looks like on a board. Okay, sorry I responded to comments. I can multitask. Y'all, it's almost like I got more than two hands and two on. Y'all, I can multitask and listen very well. But I know. But we're not talking about boyfriends. We're not talking about girlfriends and husbands. We're talking about the Ponzi scheme, the money scheme people don't realize they're in. Okay? Which is a lot of the times why people want to be entrepreneurs. But anyways, we got the hospitals, right? All this is federal funding. Even though they're nonprofit, they are still billing your medical insurance. How is that? They're getting grants and money, right? For these services, plus they're billing. So they're double dipping. But you can't double dip. No, not us the people can't double dip. But they get grants, right? And they get federal funding. They get federal funding from the feds. The federal government. Then they go ahead and they charge your medical insurance, right? That's why they ask you for your medical card and your social and your birth date. Okay? So then they go ahead, they might not ask for your birthday, but it's on your ID card. So if you send them your ID card and your medical insurance, well, pretty much everything is there and they can look up your medical insurance and then they go ahead and bill you per whatever, right? It's a money scheme. We're getting there. You guys don't go nowhere. We're gonna touch base on how far this pyramid goes up and how far this pyramid goes down. Okay? So then they double dip and they bill twice. So they tell the state they need money for this XYZ, right? And then they still get that grant money. They still get that federal funding, and then they still bill your insurance. Okay. That's just for some of the places that you're referred to go to. Because again, what are referrals, class? Come on, y'all, my class, stay with me here. What are referrals really? Okay? Referrals is same like Herbalife. Okay, I get my friend, then okay, I get paid off of that, then he gets a friend, and I get paid off of that, then they get a friend, I get paid off of that. It's a pyramid scheme. Okay? If I had a chalkboard, y'all, we be showing, I'll be giving you guys a visual, right? Since most of YouTube's like visual, right? They're like a visual to see. But I want you guys to imagine this in your mind. Start using your mind. Your mind is very, you are creative, you are a creator. Start using your mind and create a visual that I'm giving you right now. You have a pyramid. Okay? Of course, there's always somebody on top of the pyramid and there's always somebody on the bottom of the pyramid, right? And there's always things in between. So if the top of the pyramid is federal funding, then what's next on the pyramid, and then what's next, and then finally what's at the bottom. Okay? So we're going to go through that. Here you go. We're going to go through that. And so pretty much when the, sorry, take a bite. It's good, huh? So they go ahead and they get referrals, right? So when you go to get referrals from these people, right? So Department of, you got the hospital, and we're just giving from my life. You got the hospital, right? The hospital went ahead, and then, okay, they just, that's a whole nother reason on what happened in that hospital. But okay, so then they call Department of Children and Family Services, who gets $2.4 billion per year. And that's not just for Department of Family Services, that's divvied out through the pyramid scheme, right? So then you have the $2.4 billion. They then have to, Department of Children and Family Services refers you to other places. Referrals. What are referrals, class? We just talked about this with Herbalife. What are referrals, class? Don't all talk at once. Okay? So we're in the virtual classroom right now. Okay. So then they send a referral. So Department of Children and Family Services then send referrals out. Everybody getting paid off of that. Everybody eating off of that, right? And then referrals are still going to build your insurance. Okay? On this pyramid scheme. This Ponzi scheme. Okay, so now they get double the money again. They get federal funding, plus they're still building the medical insurance. Everybody can double dip in the Ponzi scheme except for people in society and community people. Because unless you try to build your insurance for twice, you'll be paying out of pocket. But why? When they're getting money in two separate places. And church included, because church is not a profit, but they begging for some money, for tithe money. Know your enemy. Know who's really there to help you and support you, and who's really pocketing every penny they have, even though they're getting a large chunk from many different places. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a money game. And everybody's in on the money game, except for the person whose social they're using, except for the person whose Medi-Cal they're billing. Okay? Now, as we talk about Herbalife, and we talk about referring to another individual, and then referring to another individual, right? It's a Ponzi scheme. So then what does the hospitals do? What do you call that? Come on, class. I know I'm not in front of you guys, but even when I'm behind the desk, y'all should still be able to visualize the Ponzi scheme, visualize what's going on. So when Obamacare hit the market, he did an executive order, what did y'all think that was about? Do y'all just think Obama just wanted everybody to get a whole bunch of care? He just was so concerned about the care of individuals. Or was that because it was still helping the pyramid, which was different referrals? Because if you go to a hospital, 9 times out of 10, they're going to refer you to a specialist. But some people didn't have insurance to go with at all, and they need to be able to build that insurance. Okay, so us prophets, us psychics, us whatever you want to call us, whatever makes y'all feel comfortable, because I don't put a name on it, but whatever makes you feel comfortable, right, with saying, we don't just know about boyfriend, girlfriend, tarot card readings, cute little stuff y'all want to hear about getting back together in relationships. No. And I'll be a fool to tell you guys that that's what all we know, right? It's so much more to what's going on around us besides those relationships, karmic cycles, and karmic family members. that's going on right before our eyes and hidden in plain sight, like a Disney movie. Walt Disney said he enjoys putting things in people's faces that are there and hidden in plain sight. Well, what do you think has been going on for so long with these money schemes? Please like, you guys, my video. If you know about Ponzi schemes, if you're well aware about the Ponzi schemes, if you know about referrals, if you know about things going on, please feel free to like this video. Okay? Be engaged, since, it's hard to engage over, as I'm teaching you guys. That's one way to engage, so I can give you guys information that you guys need, that's around you guys, and be more aware of yourself, but also what's around you, right? And we need to understand how money is moving around us, right? Just like how money moves in the bank when it ain't, in our bank account, but we put it in there, but it's moving. It's moving around, right? But most people wouldn't know because they're not paying attention to everything. They're just paying attention to one thing, okay? So, this card, I don't know how this card came on the floor, you guys. This card says, where Medi-Cal get their money from? Look how that's written. Where Medi-Cal gets their money from. So as we talk about the Ponzi scheme, from the side of my eye, I see that card, and my cards are all over there, where you guys are at. And behind the desk here, I see this card on the floor. I don't know how I got here. But it wants me to talk about how Medi-Cal gets their money. Who is funding Medi-Cal? So are they double dipping? They're getting federal funding, plus the federal government is funding Medi-Cal? Who's paying Medi-Cal for it to build these people's insurance? Where is Medi-Cal getting their money from, class? Don't all talk at once, please. Write in the comments if you have something to share that's of importance. Please do not talk about no boyfriend, girlfriend right now. Because if you're in that small box, then you're not paying attention to what's around you, then that's probably why you're coming to tarot and the beginning to get information, because you're not paying enough attention on what's really going on. Okay? So I need you guys to be focused on the topic at hand. Whether you can see me or not, whether I'm behind the keyboard or not, I want you guys to start paying attention and being self-aware all the way around, okay? Give me a couple minutes, class. I'm coming right back. And somebody better have me an apple, okay? Why do they give teachers an apple? Why do they give teachers an apple? Come on, y'all. We're going to have to start thinking deep. Start thinking deep. Why do children, students, give teachers an apple? And what does an apple represent? Y'all, come on. Come on. I'll be right back. Think about that when I'll come back. Here. You want to teach the class too? All right, class. I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. I had to be going for a little minute. So I'm gonna read the comments, you guys. I need you guys to start being engaged. This is a classroom here. This is a classroom here. So I want you guys to, and of course, the only people see a lot of the people who really watch me is like low key like me. You know what I'm saying? The people who really, they don't be all in the comments all the time, and they don't be trolling. They kind of low key like I'm low key. And that's how I know who's really here, But just go ahead and like. I'm going to pull a few cards, you guys. Literally. I'm going to pull it and shuffle it. Okay? I'm going to pull, so I got these, and I'm just going to shuffle them. Because we're going to start talking about, you guys know y'all enemies. Because when 2 days ago, y'all hear that ding? It said know your enemy, and this ding. It waited for me to finish my sentence, and it ding. Let me see. Know thy enemy, 303 on the clock. 33 is my favorite number. Well, second to favorite. Second's a favorite number. Okay? My favorite number is my life path number. Okay, but we're going to shuffle these cards, you guys, and we're going to talk about knowing thy enemy and how your enemy can be a part of a Ponzi scheme that they're trying to suck you into. So when we talk about modern day slavery, right, and I talk about that in some of my videos, when we talk about that, some people, what if you don't know you're a slave? What if it's been so sophisticated and evolved over time that nobody really knows, or there's people who are not aware of it? And maybe sometimes slaves ain't physical work. Some of us are a slave to the job, right? You could be a slave to many things in this life. But what if we don't know, or we don't realize we're a part of a scheme that we don't realize we're a part of, or we're in, right? Because remember, there's always had to be somebody at the bottom. And see, let me talk about the bottom of a pyramid. Can we talk about the bottom? The bottom is a foundation. Okay, the bottom is a foundation. So that's keeping the foundation. Without the foundation, if the foundation's ripped from the bottom, then what's left? So who's at the bottom of this? Who's at the bottom? Because the bottom usually gets the least amount if you're at the bottom, but they holding up the whole pyramid. So if they're holding up the pyramid, they're pretty important, ain't they? Right. So, but nobody ever looks at the bottom of a pyramid, right? Of the foundation, the grounding of a pyramid. They always look at what's at the top. They don't understand that the roots, right, of a tree is what holds the tree together. And without the roots, then what we gonna do with the rest of the tree, class? Okay? Can somebody in my comments tell me why there's apples? What does apples represent? Why they give teachers apples? Because they ain't giving us forbidden knowledge. Matter of fact, they're going through a curriculum that was put in place on purpose. So it's not, and apples are forbidden. I know that's not really the name of the fruit, but that's the symbolism that they use, right? So why do they give teachers apple when they're not even giving you half the information that's needed? They're following a curriculum because they don't realize they're part of what? The Ponzi scheme, everybody. Let's all say it together. So when we talk about knowing thy enemy, it's deeper than my ex is my enemy, my cousin's my enemy, my family it's deeper than that. Sometimes our enemies, it's a little bit deeper than that. As we talk about Ponzi schemes like Herbalife. Okay, I'm taking these. So most people like visuals, so I'm going to give them the visuals. Says the whole family's in on it. So the whole family knows about the Ponzi scheme, right? You always got them family members who don't really tell you what you're a part of, but they know what you're a part of, right? They laugh at you for a little bit. You didn't know Herbalife. You didn't know Herbalife, a Ponzi scheme. They sit behind closed door and laugh, giggle, right? But they don't tell you what you're a part of or what you're participating in. You always got them family members who just sit back and watch and laugh. So a lot of your family members, that's what they're doing. They're sitting back and laughing because they know. They just don't want to tell you because they know how it works in the Ponzi scheme. They know that you ain't on the top. So they know that, she had to put in a lot of work if she's going to continue to be a part of this scheme. Okay? They know who you are. See? Family knows. Family who's a part of it, they know. They know who you are. This has a lot to do with my son. Remember how we talked about in the very beginning? If you guys rewind, it's about the hospital and DCFS. Okay. See, sometimes I have to go through things in order to be able to give you guys lessons and help you guys. Okay? I have to go through it sometimes. And yes, it's not fucking easy. Because when I tell you guys what happened in there, y'all would be like, what? What? Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But you know, it is what it is. Sometimes to be a teacher, we have to go through the hardest lessons to teach everybody else so they don't have to go through them same lessons. And that's kind of where I'm at, even with my baby spilling stuff on my shirt. That's kind of where I'm at with my teachings. That's why I say class, because I know at this point, it's not about the tarot. It's not about visualizing. It's about teaching the masses based off of what I went through. Okay? It's teaching the masses in the collective what's really going on that they may not see, what's hidden in plain sight. Okay? And there's a reason why it's hidden in plain sight. They still hide it, but it's there. Okay? And the other day when I was walking through the park, and you know, some things are hidden, but some things God doesn't want you to know yet, right? So God sometimes shields you. You ever have your kid and you shield your kid from seeing something because you like, I ain't ready to explain that yet. So I'm going to shield your eyes so you don't see it because I ain't ready to tell you what you supposed to see, right? You know how parents do that, right? Well, sometimes God will do that too. God will be okay with things being hidden. God will kind of even be like, okay, hold on, let me cover her eyes real quick when she walks through this, because it's not ready to be explained to her. She's not going to understand it. So sometimes God will reveal things to you on His time, on the time that's right. So you have people hiding things in plain sight. You have illusions being put up, but you also have God's like, okay, well, it's okay because I don't want you to see it until it's time for it to be revealed, because then I can kind of break it down to you through your healing and through your self-reflecting on what is really going on. That's why I say it's important to heal and self-reflect. Okay, but we're talking about the Ponzi scheme and knowing your enemy. And sometimes you have to sit back and self-reflect and really go within to not only know what's in you, right? Because if you focus on what's inside of you, right, you start to be more aware. You hear the cars, the wind, the streets, the music. You become more aware of what's outside of you as well as what's within, right? So going within, when I tell y'all to heal and self-reflect, it's not just because it's something cute to say. It's because you'll know yourself, but you'll be self-aware, but you'll also be aware of what's around you. And it's important we know what's around us so we don't keep bumping into stuff that cause us to heal more, that we need more healing, right? And now we double healing because we accidentally didn't hit our arm or something because we. So as we talk about knowing thy enemy, so when you go within, you will know the enemy within you, within yourself, and also the enemies outside of you, okay, that are trying to influence your own self, okay? Now, I picked these cards. These are the only cards we're going to pull. So far, we have that card over there, which I saw from the corner of my eyes, class. This card, where does Medi-Cal get their money from? Where does insurances get their money from? As we talk about the Ponzi scheme. Because everybody builds insurances, right? And when they bill your insurance, what happens? You go to the place, then you always need a referral to a what? A specialist. And then the specialist bills you. Right? And then that specialist say, well, you know what I'm thinking? You might need another specialist. You know why? Because on their fact sheets, they have to have a certain amount of referrals to be eligible for the funding. Y'all need to start looking at people's fact sheets. When you scroll all the way down at the bottom, you see their information, their name, their mission, they contact us and all that stuff. Then you'll always see somewhere it says fact sheets. Click it. See what was requiring them to get their federal funding. Then you'll understand what position you play in the Ponzi scheme, right? Especially if you're inquiring about services. I'm just saying. Now, and I don't tell y'all stuff that I don't personally know for fact. Everything I say is fact. Go check the fact sheets, because some of you guys don't know the facts behind these services that you guys are in. Okay? And what their requirements are. Because Medi-Cal requires these people to have certain things, right? What is Medi-Cal's requirements for some of these people? Right? To get the funding. Plus, bill your Medi-Cal. So they do both. They double dip. Like ranch sauce and shit. Focus. Because y'all, I need to eat some breakfast. Okay, this card's blank. Dark. So this Ponzi scheme, anytime you see a Ponzi scheme, do you guys see like a light, flower, pretty Ponzi scheme? No. You see a money pyramid. Do y'all think a money period? Do you guys think a money pyramid is something that's for our highest good? If it's money involved, and we probably not even at the top. If we ain't at the top of the tree, it's Christmas coming up. We ain't at the top of the tree, right? Then where are we placed on that tree? Where are we? Even though we are the foundations of the tree, the foundation is always at the bottom. But the money is at the top. It trickles from the top and goes all the way down. But it hits us in like government assistance and stuff like that. We get a little sprinkle. We get some of the sprinkles. But they get the big money that's federally funded. Okay? They also want you in isolation because it's easier to take from somebody when they ain't got nobody else, right? It's easier to take when you're by yourself. So they figure, so now, since we know she's by herself, let's give her as much support, referrals is another way of them saying support. Let's give them a lot of referrals to help them with their support system, because they all by themselves and they need some support. Do y'all see where the referrals come in at? So they'll refer you to supportive services. So because their fact sheets, their requirement is to have a certain amount of referrals and a certain amount of people into the programs. It's a requirement. So as we look at the Ponzi scheme, know thy enemy, y'all. Sometimes family's your enemy, friends are your enemies, co-workers your enemies, but you got other people who's your enemies too. Remember, we don't battle flesh and blood, but powers and principalities. So the whole racist stuff, distraction. The whole, I don't know why people decide to do the things they want to do, but it's distractions. Who are we really up against here? Who is really running the show behind the scenes? Right? Because you might see the pawns in the front of the chess game. You see the pawns, right? But the pawns ain't running things. The people in the back are. And you only notice them when they come to the forefront, right? Don't stop no matter what. So they want me to talk about this. And see, I'll be like, y'all sure y'all want me to tell them? Because what they gonna do? If once they find out they're in a Ponzi scheme, like what's next? I want to tell them what to do next once they find out that they're a part of this Ponzi scheme. Right? Because I don't want to just give y'all information and then just leave y'all be in the knowing and then what? Even though y'all have to make a choice, it's like, well, what are their choices? Right? What should we give the class as a choice? Give the masses as, okay, now what do you choose? We already choose the red or blue pill. Okay, now that you swallowed whichever one. Now that you have the information, now what? The Matrix movies are bullshit, this last one. So this last Matrix movie about war, no. Cancel out your mind. Okay? That's what they're saying. The first and the second ones were good. The last Matrix movie, no. It's not going to be what it's going to be about. That's another way of programming, since they know people are is paying attention to that movie. Okay, what is this here in the back? They want you to give up. So these people in the Ponzi scheme want you to give up. Right? Because if you give up, then what are you going to need? More services, more referrals, more things that they're going to have to do. And who all gets paid off of it? Who all gets paid? 7-7? Who all gets paid off of the referrals and off of the Ponzi scheme? Who's all eating well? And this is not just when it comes to hospitals, but hospitals are a major one, because they get a lot of their funding from where? Plus they still bill your what? Come on, class, I need you guys to stay here with me. Stay with me, class, okay? Because this is adult class. This is not for kids' channel. So in this adult class, I need you guys to pay attention to who's a part of the Ponzi scheme and where is your place and your role in this Ponzi scheme. Or are you the root of the Ponzi scheme? And if you pull out, the whole scheme is kind of jigsawed now. Y'all know that little, what's that game when you pull something out and things fall in disarray? So if you decide to pull out the scheme and you say, you know what, I have enough intelligence and enough knowledge, I don't have to participate in this. Then what happens to their whole scheme? It say tell them. It say tell them. And them is you guys. Them is y'all. So I told you guys, when I give messages, I'm supposed to give them. Then they said to laugh, because they didn't think you would have enough cojones to speak up. They thought you were just going to take it. Like it's dodgeball or something. Just keep hitting the same person. Like dodgeball, right? That's what they thought. Right? Because I'm so quiet and I don't like to run a lot, so I ain't going to move side to side. I'm just going to be right there. So they thought they just keep taking it. Keep throwing referrals. Keep throwing stuff so they can keep getting money. Right? Okay. Y'all, who's seen that movie, class? Who's seen that movie, Cop Shop? Remember when that guy came in drunk and he was pretending he was drunk? But I knew instantly, I said, nah, he ain't drunk like that. I knew instantly in the movie theaters. Do you know what he was doing? He was going in there as if he was a drunk person, as if he was supposed to be in jail. He got in there, he knew his mission. When he got in there, he knew his mission. He had a mission before he went in there. But the police didn't know his mission. They didn't know. He knew his mission. Because he was sent by somebody that was higher than him. As we talk about the Ponzi scheme. As we talk about the Ponzi scheme. And now, they try to message me, but we gonna finish telling them because they said to tell them because I didn't go through this for nothing. Y'all think I went through this for nothing? Y'all think I went through all this and I haven't even broke down not even 2% of what I went through. Okay? But I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to give y'all these messages because I want to lay it out to you guys where you guys have a real understanding of what I went through, why I had to go through it, and how you guys can either heal from it or make a choice on what you guys want to do after. So I try to lay it out to you guys a certain way as I'm going through a whole bunch in the background that y'all might not see, right? So I'm going to pull a few more cards I wasn't going to, but I think that we need to kind of get in debt. Ooh. Let me check something. Hold on, y'all. Let me check something. So as I'm talking about that, y'all. So as I'm talking about the Ponzi scheme, right? I heard something outside, but of course I don't always tend to what's outside of me because I know myself on the inside. So sometimes I don't pay attention to what's outside, although I can hear it. Okay, but they just said landlords. So landlords doing some scheming, some Ponzi scheming. Okay? So landlords doing some Ponzi schemes as well, and they said it's not healthy. So they're doing okay. They're doing so these are people around you. So you might not know where you stand in these schemes, but you are there. Is your landlord receiving some type of government funding or some type of federal funding or something? Unbeknownst to the people there, right? Class, this is what's going on. Maybe sometimes we don't know when we're part of a Ponzi scheme, but sometimes we are just by accepting being there, right? Because those referrals, all you got to do is say, I consent. And then sometimes they have to force people into referrals, right? Because they know, like, I'm not about to do that. So then they find reasons to force people into doing different stuff so they can make them a part of the Ponzi scheme. And that's why people say sometimes modern day slavery, because sometimes we don't realize what we're a part of, but everybody's taken just from one medical insurance. Okay? So these are knowing thy enemies. And the reason why knowing thy enemies is a part of the Ponzi scheme, because if you don't know, sometimes you don't know. And you guys think, oh, these people are here to help. Oh, these, like me, I thought I had a faith in humanity. So I was like, oh, finally, the world is getting better. God was like, okay, all right, fine. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead. Go ahead and do that what you want. Because God lets me experience things. Because I'm like, oh, maybe this, they're going to come with us. They're good people. So we have hope in individuals, right? That they would do the best thing because they're in service to communities, in service to people. And then we realize, hold on now. How you, so wait, because I asked them, I'm kind of a little bit bold with me. I asked them. So wait, you're billing my insurance and you're still getting federal funding? They're like, well, I don't, glitching and shit. Because they're like, how does she know? How does she know that there's 2.4 billion going out and being divvied amongst people? How does she know? Y'all put me in your Ponzi scheme. I just acknowledge what it was. I didn't put myself there. Okay? So let's pull a couple more cards, you guys. I want to do it differently. I want to kind of just do this. I don't know what makes me do this right now. It say tell them again, y'all. It's blank to say tell. Didn't this card just pull 3 cards ago? Tell them. They want me to tell you guys exactly how it went down. How I got wrapped up in a Ponzi scheme. Me. Sovereign by heart. In my heart. I don't care what's around me, sovereign in the heart. They want me to tell you guys, okay. And I told you I'll use me as an example in this Ponzi scheme, right? Because I always use myself as an example, okay? Just so you guys can kind of understand kind of where it's going at. Okay, the hospitals. I don't want to get in depth about how it went down because y'all mouth would just drop to the floor, but it's okay. I go through things on purpose. They tried to crucify me for real, but it's okay. It's okay. They can't break somebody like me. I'm too connected. So the hospitals then said, okay, well, we don't think she's emotionally and mentally stable Me? Who can figure out your plan before your plan? Y'all think I'm not what? Wait, huh? Say that again. Okay, fine, whatever. So then they go ahead, right? They contact Department of Children and Family Services. And since I'm not emotionally stable, do you know what, when they say that, you know what you need? Counseling courses, mental health classes. Now, since your child involved, you need parenting classes. Look, you need all these classes. Guess what those are, ladies and gentlemen? Referrals to specialists. So the hospital calls DCFS. DCFS then gives the information to specialists who, now they're all billing. Okay, so they're all billing now. They're billing your medical insurance, which is attached to the social that they give you at birth. Okay, this is a this is a Ponzi scheme. This is a pyramid. So when we ask, we wonder where our taxpayers going. Most of you guys don't even realize y'all taxpayers' money is going with Planned Parenthood. Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, how do you think it's being funded? People don't know it till they know. You get what I'm saying? They don't know. They don't know what schemes they're part of or not. It's a landlord again. So landlords are part of a scheme as well. The landlord is a part of the schemes. And they telling people you lying. Oh yeah, okay. You better go ask God. 7, as I say that. Go ask, man. Who they telling? Who they talking to saying I'm lying? Because what do I have to lie about, you guys? What do y'all think I have to lie about? How does this benefit me coming on and telling you guys what's really going on? How does it benefit me? I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not even getting paid by YouTube. This does not benefit me none. But because I know I go through things to help teach others, that's the benefit in it all. So hopefully, if people are part of things or not knowing what they're a part of, see, Dr. Sebi was trying to tell y'all without telling y'all. See, Dr. Sebi knew what was really going on with doctors and medicines and hospitals and specialists and stuff like that. So he told you guys without telling you guys. He gave you guys solutions without telling you guys the problem. Because he was already in a little deep shit. I hate to say it, but they was already watching him. So he didn't give off that much information, but he knew. Okay, he knew. And before he knew that with the information he knew, that it was important that he gave the information out to individuals on how to heal thyself. But why? Why would he, y'all? Okay. That's what I'm saying. There's so much more to what Dr. Sebi was doing. It was more than that. What's this card here? Success. They knew he was also going to be successful. Okay? They knew success was going to come. Because you're taking from the hospitals. Ooh. You know the hospital love to eat too. It's a part of their pyramid scheme, so they don't want you to take from them. They want to stay at the top. See, the top always wants to be at the top. There is no rotating with them, right? The economy rotates. They want to stay at the same. The top be the top, then the second, then it's third, then it's the people at the bottom who's getting little government assistance and give you a little something, right? It says to trust nobody because there's going to be success. So as you're climbing up to success, as you're climbing up, why do you think the climb is up? Because the pyramid gets up and up and up. And people at the top don't really want people at the bottom to ever rise up. Because if they rise up, then the money's going to be divvied out a little bit differently, right? And they keep tracks of they dividends. They can't figure me out. So these people trying to figure me out. How does she know this information? Where is she getting the information from? Who's telling her this? Who's her advocate? Who's her lawyer? Who's her this? Who's her that? How does she know this stuff? Who does she believe in? Because she must have a God. But you're not supposed to figure me out. Why y'all trying to figure me out? For what? Because I know y'all scheming, y'all plotting plans? Y'all should have thought about that before y'all took the step to bring me into something that y'all know that I'm going to know and figure out the plan in the middle of the plan. So, and you're right about your father. Because there's a lot of people involved in these Ponzi schemes, okay? I'm going to pull cards like this again, y'all. I don't know what's telling me to pull cards like that. It says setting people free just by being you. Y'all, this is the card saying that. And I'm just being me. Y'all know how I be coming up on here. Like, y'all, I just be coming in here giving y'all the messages by what I go through. That's all I do. So I don't do nothing more. I don't be fancy. I don't decorate the back of this. I don't, try to be all, no. I just come and give you guys examples off of what I've been through, the lessons I've learned in life, and hopefully that will help somebody else. Okay? With my stains on my shirt from my kid and all, I just listen. Give you guys the information, the lesson. Okay? This card's blank, but I'm setting people free. Okay, feel free to like this. You guys like this video, because that's what we can do to help. So even though you're not you're not behind the scenes like I am teaching the masses, if you like it, other people will be able to get the information, and you would help set other people free just by liking the video. Not just for me, but for other readers who have good information. If you like their video gets shared more, and you're sharing, it's like sharing that knowledge, right? So you're helping set other people free. Okay. Oh, what card are we pulling here? Well, I'm just gonna pull this because I touched it, and I feel like since I touched it, people you're around. Remember, we talked about these. You might not know you're part of the Ponzi scheme, right? You might not know Herbalife is a Ponzi scheme. You might not know all them little things are Ponzi schemes, right? But they are, and the people you're around, right? You got landlords a part of one. You got hospitals a part of another. You got the government part of some more. You got all these people part of these Ponzi schemes. But damn, I was gonna say something, but that ain't even funny, y'all. That ain't even funny. I was gonna say, well, shit, I ain't eating like they eating shit, But I eat well, so I can't complain about where I'm at, because God gives me everything. I don't want them for them. Don't give me nothing, because I'm not a part of that scheme and that bullshit. Okay. Oh, and we're not even gonna talk about the elderly people. Yeah, you think they're gonna let them die? No, they gotta get every cent they can get before they pass away. That's why they just want to make sure we get you comfortable. We just want you to be comfortable. Because they want to drain them before they actually die. They want to get all the money they can get. And then still, if they own a house or something, they still take from that and this and that. They're going to make sure they eat. These higher-ups getting $400,000 a year, they're going to make sure they eat. More, and they can feed so many people with that money. They should have walked away. See, these people should have walked away because they didn't realize that, dang, she's one intelligent motherfucker. Damn, she's somebody who, even though she's quiet and her hair might look wild sometimes, and, they didn't realize that, hey, she's too sovereign at heart. She's too connected to God, right? But they thought they can break me, right, by doing different things. Me? If only you knew. You can't. You're right about your sister. So these are individuals who are part of the scheme. So these individuals know they're okay with being a part of the scheme, right? Because if only you knew that your family's a part of this too. It said the whole family before, father came out, sister came out. So they're okay with being a part of the scheme. And my sister used to sell for Herbalife. My sister used to sell for Herbalife back a long time ago. Okay? Herbalife is our example of what a pyramid is, a Ponzi scheme is, okay? Mother taught your sister witchcraft and watched them let you be the guinea pig. So my mother taught them my friends witchcraft. And when we talk about witchcraft and Wicca, what does that have to do with a pyramid scheme? Well, what's hidden in plain sight? What's hidden in plain sight? People might hide behind different religions, but a lot of them really behind closed doors with some form of candles, some form of wordplay, some form of negative talk, some form of something behind closed doors. Okay? But they hide. Again, this is things that are hidden in plain sight. The pyramid is hidden in plain sight. Feel free to like this video, you guys, so we can go ahead and share the information to another individual who might need this information, right? It says everybody lying. As we talk about the pyramid scheme and specialists and referrals and who's who and what this money game's about, it says everybody is lying. Everybody. Because they know about the funding. They know where their funding is going from. They know how they're going to bill your insurance and what they need to say in order to get the money. See, they have to have certain things done. and for them in order to receive that federal funding. So what is the requirements for these federal fundings and for this money? What do they have to do and get done? They're not telling you that. They're not saying, hey, you're my patient, but in order for me to get the money from your Medi-Cal, I must check this box, this box, this box, and say a summary of what we did, right? So everyone's lying. They're lying about the pyramid scheme. They're lying about Herbalife. They're lying about the referrals. They're lying about different stuff when in all reality, they know why they're billing and who they're billing and what for they're billing. They know. They know where their federal funds are going. They know how to get their paycheck. They'll pretend like they don't know. They pretend like they're oblivious because they think the masses are oblivious. Well, I'm not a part of the masses. I'm sorry. As much as I love y'all class, as much as I love humanity, I am not the average person because I won't go with it. I won't just lay down there and go with it once I get the knowledge. See, once I have the information and the knowledge, I'm not just going to pretend as if I don't know and just, okay, let me follow the rest of the sheep, even though my eyes are wide open. I'm just going to follow everything and just go look at bam, I didn't know. That's not me. I'm sorry. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, hold on. Answer this question for me real quick. I just want your professional opinion. They think that they answer the question, whether they know the information or not, tells me a lot. Okay, and I'm asked, but why are you billing my insurance when you get federal funding? Yeah, I'm that type of person. I'm sorry, I can't I just be like, but I can't double dip. But you can double dip in my ranch sauce. I got honey mustard and I got ranch. They're gonna double dip in it, 1, 2. But you can't double dip your own ranch and your own ranch sauce with your own thing. And I'm a double dipper. Okay? It says your new partner is gonna love you. He knows of your battles and you're undefeated. So your new partner, this is self-explanatory. They're going to know the battles you've been through. Okay, they're gonna know it. They're just gonna have an intuitive message. God's not gonna send you somebody that's not on the same wavelength. I know for me, He's not. They're gonna know the battles I've been through, the things I've been through, and also the healing that I did, and the healing that's gonna be needed for my next journey. Study philosophy as we talk about Ponzi schemes and illusions, right? When you sign up for Herbalife, they don't say in order for you to make money, you have to referral, you have to sell, you get more money if you do this. They don't really just say, oh yeah, man, yeah, come work for Herbalife, man. You know, it's not that hard. You working for yourself. You a boss. That's how they give the information out. They don't tell you like the real depths of it, right? Because then who would want to do it if they knew the depths of it? Okay, as we talk about the Ponzi scheme. Okay, I've stepped into my power. So they know that I've stepped into my power. They know that they already know. And so they try to prevent you by what? Saying, I think something's wrong with you mentally. What's wrong? Did I figure out your plan? What's wrong? Did I know what y'all about to do? What's wrong? What part is wrong about me? Please let me know. Well, we think that you don't, you're how you handle things, we think you're too emotional. How? And I just asked you a question. Well, your response is not the response we were expecting. How did you expect me to respond to that? What would your response be to something like that? Okay, right. They don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you how they respond to situations because I can guarantee you it's way worse than somebody like me that will respond to many different things. Okay? Ooh, this is generational, y'all. This card says something, but as soon as I seen mother, spouses, and already sold, I didn't even read the card. Mother, spouse, and already sold is what popped in my mind, which means that they know about the generations of what's going on. They know the generations of Ponzi schemes. They know it. Okay, family knows it. Like the family will know that Herbalife is a Ponzi scheme, but they won't tell you. They sit back, laugh, they chuckle. They're like, girl, they gossip. Girl, she working for that thing. She thinks she a boss. She thinks she doing her thing, but she don't know. She had no idea. Yeah, she probably gonna be in there for a while. She ain't gonna know. She ain't gonna realize it. They didn't think you realize what's going on, right? They thought they can keep you in illusions. They didn't know that God took the veil off your eyes. God commanded them 4 angels to take the veil off. He said it's time. Because it's getting deeper and deeper. Take it off. Remove the veil. So when God removed the veil, you didn't see everything. Okay? And God broke it down to you. What everything was around you. Especially when you went in and self-reflect, right? Remember I told you guys take some time to self-reflect. I tell you guys what I'm doing. So I took some time to self-reflect. That's why I didn't come on yesterday. I said I was going to be consistent with my lives. Yesterday was a time where I was healing. I was enjoying my process. I was self-reflecting. And yes, messages came to me. However, I enjoy healing and self-reflecting. So as I'm doing that, I'm becoming aware of what's outside of me. But then I'm like, hold on. Wait. Hold on. What am I not seeing that's hidden right there in plain sight, but I'm not even seeing it and I'm not looking at it? And you go within, you will see that. That's why I say go within. You guys feel free to like the video because I'm literally going to pull 3 more cards. And you guys tell me if you guys need further explanation, and I'll let you guys answer questions at the end of the session class because it's a classroom. I know I do tarot cards, that's to give you guys a visual. But my settings are, well, this is a class. I am to teach the masses. I'm to teach based off the lessons I've been through in life. And yes, they were difficult ones. Yes, they were not easy. Trust me. They were not. But I go through things in life to help and be a healer and a teacher and a shaman to others. Okay? Oh, sisters, we're taught witchcraft by mom. Of course, they left you out like always. This is the second time witchcraft came out as we talk about the Ponzi scheme and the pyramid scheme. And I knew. Okay? So as we talk about the people who are involved, the people who know about it, okay? The people who are taking, right, and laughing and gossiping as you're going through the Ponzi scheme, as people are trying to literally attach themselves, whether that's to medical insurance cards, whether that's through referrals, whether that's through however, but attach themselves to another individual because they just can't let go of somebody who is naturally sovereign. It says they're going to regret messing with God's angel. Hold on, let me let y'all see this because I know. Okay? Because if y'all don't think I'm connected to God, they are way mistaken. Very so. They are going to regret messing with God's angel. I knew that the day in the hospital, they strapped me down. It's just like 8 men strapped me down, and they took away my kids, strapped me down, and sedated me with the thing. You know, I said I'm allergic. I can't take that because I don't take shots and shit. But I knew at that moment they didn't fucked up. Not, and yes, they got away with it. Yes, they feel like they got away with it. But y'all got to understand. Y'all think God didn't see that? Y'all think my God wasn't there with me? Yeah. And that's when I understood. As I'm like this in the hospital, as they tried to literally modern day crucify me, right? As I'm getting closer to Jesus, because I'm like, yeah, we was always close, but after they done done this one, now we so close that, man, talk about inseparable. Then on top of that, God seeing that my heartbeat, y'all, my intentions are always pure. I never have ill intentions doing nothing. Okay? Or why would I do it? I just don't gotta deal with it. Like, I don't have bad intentions. So when God seen what they done, I did not say, Father, forgive them for what they, I did not say that. I said, God, they know exactly what they do and they wrong. They wrong. And then I felt chills in my body because I was like, ooh, they didn't fucked up. They didn't messed up. Because y'all remember that movie Shop Cop with, what is it, Brad Grayson, I think his name is, where he was sent by the higher ups into the police station. And when he was in that police station, he then had a mission to complete. And he completed that mission. Because I allow God to use me until you use me. You know, like, and I was a nurse, y'all, so I've been in hospitals before. I've been in convalescent homes. I've been in rehabs. I've been in different stuff. I've done different nursing throughout the years, but I've never seen it in this perspective. Okay? So God used me. Okay? And not only was I enlightened even more, Not only that, y'all, see, we're going to go deeper another time. But this ain't they first attempt to crucify me. See, no. Y'all think my life has never been easy. Okay, hold on. Which card do I take first? Okay, wait. I'm going to take all these, y'all. I wasn't going to, but something made me take it. I'm taking it. Okay? It say, mother has a jealous spirit but knows how to mask it. So your family's really jealous of your success, jealous of even this. Even when I went through, they jealous. How you jealous and I just went through all that stuff by myself? Are you mad? Oh, because you think I got attention from it. What? Y'all, y'all will never see me coming on live crying, talk about this is what happened to me, just please pity me, sympathy, donate to me, please, I need this. You'll never. So I don't do stuff and go through things for attention. It's something, a part of my spiritual journey that I must go through to be a healer, a teacher, a shaman to different individuals. I didn't sign up for it. Okay, it is just what it's to be. Cousin slept with the ex. Ooh, lawyers. Ponzi scheme. Y'all don't think the lawyers know about the scheme? Y'all don't think the lawyers know? And it says right here, they don't have enough wisdom and knowledge to tell me what the fuck to do. And I know, because when I'm talking to them, I say, oh, so what are you suggesting? Right? Because that's the open suggestion. What are you suggesting? Do you know? Maybe you should do this. I already told you I did that last week. Can y'all suggest anything else? What you're doing is great, Mom. You're doing such a great job, Mom. I need professionals who actually can bring in their expertise. I don't need nobody to encourage me do I look like I need the world to encourage me to do something? To say, good job. Wow. I'm very impressed. You're not the same as what it says on paper. They don't have enough knowledge and wisdom, and I know this, you guys. I still are open to suggestions because, hey, maybe they can suggest something. Because they did all that schooling. They did it for something, right? Y'all, what have we been? This is DCF, Department of Children and Family Services. We talked about the hospitals. They call it DCFS. See, my stories always come together. My stories always come together. Okay? And my lawyer actually was trying to see, God has me see things that, trust me, I be having faith in humanity. I be having faith in people. Like, I be like, let me switch up. Let me reel that word back in. I be having hope that people would be, block call, answer block calls. I be having hope that people would be, want to be their highest self and be the greatest that they can be. I'm hearing Luciferian. They don't want to be. They made their choice a long time ago. They made their choice. But I just thought that maybe in some part of humanity, some part of these people, they will want to do the right thing because they have a chance to. Especially if I'm coming in as bait. Maybe somebody might want to do the right thing. And guess what? Do they? We would have to see. And what we saw, what was seen is not, they did not do the right thing. Matter of fact, they want a piece of that pie. They slice too. They say, you know what? I think I can get some money from referrals here. I think I can get some more federal funding here. Let me cut a slice of that pie. The whole old hungry ass, even though they making good money. Right? But it's all a money game. The pyramid's all a money game. It's all a money game. They are trying to copy you but judge you. Remember how I said I asked them for their suggestion expertise, and it's the same one that I gave them last week, or what I already do? How you gonna suggest me something? I know how I speak, you guys, and how I talk. I can go ahead and tell you guys verbatim every word said in every contact I have with people. I can replay it as if it happened right then and there. Every word and not skip a sentence. I can even tell you how their body language was and everything. Right? And these same people, they judge me, then they copy, and then they try to bring their copycat ass to me and think I won't know that that's the same thing I've suggested or said. Okay? And we're talking about the pyramid scheme. Now, and if you want to go deeper, spiritual burp. If you want to go deeper, whiskeys, Old English, all those people who created the things that we use today, somebody took those ideas and that knowledge, put a stamp on the label on it, and then sold it. That wasn't their ideas. They got it from somewhere else, from elsewhere, right? But they profited off of it. That's what these individuals are doing, but they didn't realize she's connected to God. They didn't see how closely I was connected to God. They just thought, like most people say, I'm a Christian, and behind closed doors, they really not. Or they say, I'm a Baptist, a Buddhist, a Jehovah's Witness, and behind closed doors, they're really not. I'm not that person. I am who I say I am. And if I wasn't, then why would I say I am? Eminem quote. Okay? Really. I really am. If I say I believe in God and I believe in Christ, I do. Okay? I do. And don't try to, y'all, I was about to say something, but if I do, I do. And I don't really have to explain that, because for me, what's understood don't have to be explained, but I am who I say I am. Most people say they believe in God and Christ, but they, behind closed doors, they doing the most horrible things in life to different people, for pure envy and hatred. Even some people got some Cain and Abels in their family, right? Y'all remember the story of Cain and Abel? Okay? We're going to pull a few more cards, you guys, and we're going to end it there. I'm just going to pull these two, and I'm going to pull these two. This one's blank here. This say Jesus, and not just say Christ. They didn't know who I was connected to. That said connect to God, and this one say Jesus. Y'all, they didn't know. So they said, don't look back, because God, and I know God, and told me. Y'all didn't think I didn't? God. He said, first he had to show me, because remember, I had hope in people. I had hope that these individuals do the right thing for all humanity, for all mankind. Silly me, silly girl. But I had to experience it. I had to experience it to know what's going on with these hospitals, to know what's going on with these, because I was like, I don't care what nobody else is. I'm going to be the best nurse I can be. I'm going to put all the work in, even if my feet tired and swole. I'm still going to help everybody, even if they're my patient or not. My back hurting, my feet hurt, I don't care. Good morning, would you like anything? Hi, do you need help with something? To almost everybody, I'm almost dancing in the halls. You need something? I'll be back in 5 minutes. Oh, I'll come and help you. Let me go ahead. That was me. And I didn't mind it, y'all, because I really loved the patients and really loved caring for them. Like, I really did. I'm not even going to lie and act like I loved it. And then everybody, all the other nurses was looking like, what the... She's just hopping and skipping. You just see me. They just watch me go back and forth. You need to... I told you I was coming back. I was that type of nurse, right? And I believe that people really was nurses to do the best thing for all humanity. I really did, y'all. And again, I'm hearing silly girl. Silly girl. Right? But the reason why I choose to do things are a lot different from why other people choose to do things, right? Other people have their own motives, their own intention. I can only do what I know. And as we talk about the pyramid scheme, right? As we talk about that, how does this fit into the pyramid scheme? Well, sometimes you're in it and you don't even know how you're participating in it. You don't know the part you're playing in it, right? And I used to say, my residents graduated. They got better. I was proud. Like, woo, they did good. Woo, I'll be so happy. And the nurses was like, we're just supposed to make them comfortable. I'm like, what? I'm really going to help them. I had that attitude. That was just the attitude I had. For real. Like, I'm not even joking. But the reason why they only did comfortable, because that's what their job was. See, their job never said, go way and beyond your way and just make sure whether your feet hurting, whether you're tired, whether you didn't take no breaks today, go beyond your way to help heal these individuals. The job description didn't say that. I just thought that's what we should do if we see somebody that's needing that type of assistance. Do you get what I'm saying? So people sign up for these Ponzi schemes, and some of them know their position. They play their position, and they do just enough in that position. Confirmation. We're going to pull maybe 2 more cards, and then I want to end it here. And I want to end it because I think that you guys have the message of Ponzi schemes and how the money trickle down from one to another, to another, to another, to another, and to another, and where it all plays out. Okay? In the Ponzi scheme. Because those are your enemies too, the powers and principalities of this world. It's not just your baby mama or your baby daddy's girlfriend or your baby mama's whatever. It's deeper than that. Okay? We don't battle flesh and blood. We battle powers and principalities. The flesh and blood is a distraction. Oh, we'll just let them kill each other. Oh, we'll just let them self-dress each other. Oh, we'll just let them graffiti all over the world. Or we're just in prison. They don't care. They let you battle each other because they know that that's a distraction of what's really hidden in plain sight, which is these powers and principalities putting people in money schemes and things like that. And they think that we won't find out. Well, most people will not. They probably won't. Or they probably don't. But I'm not most people. I'm sovereign in my heart. Because I belong to God, not to the ways of the world. Y'all, I opened this up, something dropped, right? Something dropped. Now, y'all see now I was just looking at y'all. I don't pay attention to the cards when they're in my hand. But let me show you what this said. I don't have my brace on. It says God. I said I connect to God, and guess what? Just in the middle, came right down, God. Yeah, I don't be lying about this stuff. Y'all think I'm lying? Y'all don't think God would tell me? God tells me the name of the Father. Hold on, y'all didn't see that. The name of the Father, the name of the Son, the name of the Holy Spirit that covers you. Say that again. The name of the Father, the name of the Son, which is your heart, the name of the Holy Spirit that covers you, the name of the Father. Okay? Tarot reading. See, I'm supposed to be doing this, y'all. I battle with myself. Like, I don't really want to be on camera. I'll be low key with it. Like, I like to be low key and left alone. Like, I'm not somebody who wants to be famous. I'm not me. Like, that's not me. So they want me to come here, do tarot readings, and talk about my experience. Trust me, or I would not be doing this. Y'all think I would just come up on here and just, just because? No. But I work for God. I'm God's whistleblower. I can't even whistle, y'all. Wait. I'm God's whistleblower, but I'm the whistle, and I'm pro bono. Yeah, I'm pro bono. That's why I don't take no donations. I don't take no money. I don't even take YouTube's money because I work for God pro bono. Okay. So that's just what it is. Okay, because money is a form of energy, and I don't need it. Okay, so it says freezer while you're healing. So somebody is trying to stop progression. Somebody's trying to delay and stop progress. But what they don't realize is all a part of God's plan. Okay? It's all a part of God's plan. And it says, God still loves me. Now, does God still love the individuals who tried to come in between his plan? Because I made mistakes, yes. I never said I was perfect now. And I'm not just like, oh, I'm a sinner and proud about it. I ain't that either. But God still loves me because what was my intentions the whole time? What was my intentions for real? How much hope did I have in humanity? How much hope did I have in individuals with pure intentions? Right? So people have to really pay attention to their motives and their intentions, especially when it comes to God, because God knows it. You think God don't know the intentions of people? Sorry, I'm just reading this. Sorry, I'm just reading something real quick, y'all. Let me pull some more cards. Let me just do a little quick shuffle. We taking whatever fell out, y'all. I thought I saw a few of them, but 2 of them came, 3 of them came. Ouch, this is hurting my back. I don't have my brace on, y'all, so I have to brace myself because I ain't got my brace on. Because, when they did a car accident, they thought I was going to die in a car accident. Boom, that didn't happen. They thought I was going to die and give my birth. Boom, that didn't happen. Because God is in control of my life. Somebody better tell these idiots. God controls my life. He say, ooh, hold on, let me fix my hair, y'all. They say, your new partner always. Okay, I guess always too. Your new partner already watches your platform. Hold on, let me fix my hair, y'all. But this is me though, for real. This is like me, just literally just having some coffee and trying to give the masses the information. But they say your new partner watches your platform. Okay, well, that's great. And it says, God, here we are, God again, and you loved your enemies for way too long. See? We talked about how I had a hope in humanity, how I had a hope in different individuals who are supposed to be of the community and service to the community. How I had hope in these people that they would just want to do the right thing and have good intentions, and maybe their heart might change. Maybe in one way, shape, or form they would change and want to be the best that they can be for themselves and everybody else around them. I really had hope. Because I don't have faith in one person, but faith in two people, but I had hope. I had hope in these individuals that they was really here to help the community. Just like when I became a nurse, I had hope that all the other nurses was trying to be the greatest nurse they could be as well. I had hope, right? But they was just a part of the Ponzi scheme and was okay with it. They're okay with being a part of the Ponzi scheme, which is heartbreaking to say the least. But my heart can't break twice. So I just know. Right? Because my heart don't break twice. It break, God heal it, and then he's like, yo, okay. You know. A scheme comes up again, and they say money. So, y'all know I'm supposed to be talking about this. This came out twice. This came in the beginning. It said a scheme, a money scheme, and now it's coming up again. Okay? Then it says, but God, he's the one who sits on top of that. He's supposed to be on top of that pyramid right there. Okay? And I know it's Christmas, so y'all gonna have y'all Christmas tree. When y'all look at y'all Christmas tree, look at what's on the bottom, look at the root, right? Look at the bottom, look at the roots. And then y'all always put something over, right? Y'all always put something over the root. Then look up at your tree. And then what do y'all put on top of y'all tree? What do y'all put on top of y'all Christmas tree? An angel? Y'all don't want to get deep up over here. Because we can get deep on who y'all really putting on top of that tree. The same people who taught people cosmetics. The same people who taught people about different stuff. Who was that? Who? You know, tell me, this is enough. Okay, I'm not gonna keep doing this, y'all, because my back is really because after the car accident, that hit me bull. And then after the car accident, they tried to stick something in my sacral chakra. Yeah, but I wouldn't, so I just have, and just whatever. So, they know I'm highly intelligent. They know when they talk to me and I'm asking questions, or when I do things, or when I'm listening and when I'm paying attention, they know that they're not talking to somebody who's a fool with it. They can't convince me. People try to convince me of stuff or try to not answer my questions. And they try to ask me a question, but then me ask them a question, I'll answer your question, but I'm still going to go back to the question I had asked you. And and at this point, there's a long pause, so I'm not going to get away when I answer my question. Yes, I said question. Because sometimes I have to have fun with it, y'all. Sometimes I have to laugh. And sometimes I try to laugh right they in my face. Because sometimes I be like laughing, like, do these people not know I see right through them? I try not to chuckle. That's why I like to eat something or have something, because I'm like drinking something like, okay. Because I'm not believing what they're saying, because I know they're just saying something to answer a question, but it's not the answer that I'm looking for. But the lack of answer tells me a lot about the answer. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So whether they answer the question or not, I'm still getting information based off of what I asked them. Yeah. Spiritual chains are in times of being broken. And yeah, it's being broken. It's being broken. And when I say broken, y'all, it ain't just being like and two. No, it's being broken where there is no other, it cannot be connected ever again. Not in this lifetime, the next lifetime, no. Okay? Because when you know thy enemy, my phone's ringing, but when you know thy enemy, 7:14 on the clock, I love you. But when you know thy enemy, God is protecting you from them. But I just say I love you. I know what I know. Because that's 3 sevens right there. You say God's protecting you from them. As you breaking spiritual chains and bondages, because I told y'all, if y'all don't think God run my life, then y'all a fool. You a fool. Look, white honk. Beep, beep, doop, doop. And that's the, and people don't realize that. They try to figure out how is she so intelligent. what is, God was just waiting for me to see who I am and my self-worth and go within and then see what else is around me. That's why I say self-reflect, y'all. Know thyself and you'll understand not only yourself, but as you go within and you quiet, I hear a tree. Somebody's talking outside. I can even hear, I can even feel the ground moving as the tree is going by. As the wind is blowing and then the car is going by on the gravel, I can even feel, y'all, the motion of it. That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't feel and know and be in tune with what's outside of you when you know what's inside of you. You guys get what I'm saying? Go check out my live where we talk about rolling in the deep. Okay? I'm going to kind of end it here. I'm just going to pick these cards. Let me shake them up because I don't want to look at the cards. I'll be feeling like I'll be cheating low key if I look at them first. So I'm going to take these cards and then we're going to end it here. Oh, everybody's pretending they don't know about the Ponzi scheme. See, because there's always individuals who really genuinely don't know. And then there's people who know that they're part of a Ponzi scheme and is okay with being a part of a Ponzi scheme, especially if it's $2.4 billion there. Now, that's a lot of money. So you know how they divvy that out? Okay, well, the overseer gets $400,000 of that. Yes, they have to trinkle it out and pay their workers and stuff, okay, whatever. Then they have to go ahead and the referrals people, then they have to go ahead and other people need to get the money, like they divvy it out. You got the people, they call it programs that they put people in. They put people in programs that they made up. So then they have a portion of money going to them programs. You guys get what I'm saying? So if you're high up and you say, well, let me have a program called I'm Really Robbing the People program. They ain't gonna name it that because, But say if they had that program, they gonna need a certain amount of funding for that program. So then guess what? They pull that money and they put it over here and say, well, this is for this program. Now, do they use all that money? No, they don't. But as long as they can say where they can put it at, that's where the money is going. Do you guys feel what I'm saying? Yeah, this nasty. It's a nasty little scheme they're doing. Why do you think Joel Osteen has $600,000 stacked up in his church behind a plumbing? Because he needed money and he needed to put that money somewhere. You can't put them in banks, right? Because the federal funding knows about the banks. So where they put that money, they got that money. They can either invest it in businesses, right? But you can only do that so much of that. So then where you put the other money that you're pretending is going somewhere but it's really not? They hide it. Where are they hiding it? In plain sight. It's behind the fucking toilet. It's shielded, but it's still in plain sight, right? Yeah. It's when it's discussed. That's why I say church and nonprofits too. Church get fundable funds, plus they get money from the church. So when they say, y'all, we just want to keep this church building up, I just need, if y'all could each donate some money, and I'll give y'all and let the tide play go around, and y'all, we don't want the hot water to cut off, y'all. It's disgusting. Because they get federal funding. Being a they get money. Plus they get donations from other organizations. Then they still beg in their congregation for money so they can buy a Range Rover. And did I just tell their business? But it's all part of the what, you guys? Say it with me. Pyramid scheme. Okay, we're going to pull these two cards and I'm done. Herbalife. Y'all, I'm done. Drop the mic. Drop the mother. Do I got the mic like Obama did when he dropped the mic after he did all that Obamacare and was part of that pyramid scheme and he tricked the people into believing in both of him and then he did all that extra shit? Drop the mic. Drop them. It say Herbalife. Who did I kept comparing the Ponzi scheme to? And as I said, these are my last two cards and then I was going to be done. Who did I kept comparing the Ponzi scheme to? Herbalife. That's everybody know this Ponzi. This is Herbalife. Y'all, drop the mic. I wish I had a mic to drop the mic. And it's so sick, it's so disgusting, it's so disturbing to me. My heart can't break twice or it'd be heartbroken for me because I'm like, wow, these are the people who serve in the community. They all need to step the fuck down. All of them. Every last one just step down. And the federal funding should be like, yo, where's our money going to? Like, where's all this money? Like, bro, like but they make it seem like it's going to certain places. You get what I'm saying? But it ain't. It ain't. It's not. Joel Osteen, no, he didn't hit $600,000. $100,000. Okay? which means he had even more money to put in the church, to put in his business, to put in all this stuff he be doing. So that he even got even more than that. But he found a different place to put it in because he ain't gonna put everything in all in one place behind the toilet. So I want to leave it there, because I think we kind of get the point about the Ponzi scheme. I don't know how I was gonna tell y'all this because I usually want y'all to have solutions. After I give you guys information, I tell you guys to heal, self-reflect, different stuff like that. But with this particular information, all I can say is understand the scheme that you're a part of, whether that's directly or indirectly. Because I didn't know, I just figured this out, putting the pieces together. Okay, so I want you guys to really think about some of the stuff, whether you realize it or not. Because I didn't know referrals were this. I thought referrals, they were specialists who really was trying to help another individual, and that's not the case. Okay, that's not the case at all. So I just wanted to make sure I get this message out. Feel free to like. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to like, look at you guys' chats, and then we're going to end it here only because I think that we kind of got the message of what Ponzi schemes are, about what's been going on, about how it starts from the top and then it sprinkles its way down, and how they hide the extra money they have, right? Because they're so greedy. They're so greedy, right? So that's kind of what's been going on. So let me check out and see what the class has. If you guys have any questions, this is the time, because in about 2 minutes I'm going to close this whole entire thing out. Yeah, it's a shame. It's really shame, and to me, I'm like almost disgusted. Like, because I'm like, really? Like, y'all supposed to be helping people, and then this is all a money game to y'all? Like, really? This is what the American dream is? This is what it's all about? Money? Yeah. That's why they say money is the root of all fucking evil. It's the root of all evil. The root. Not the tree, not the bush, but the root of all evil. Right? That's okay. So, with that being said, you guys, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to end it here, you guys. Yeah, Jennifer, yeah, it's a shame. And you guys try to watch it from the beginning, to kind of just do a playback to kind of see how we got the pyramid scheme and who's involved in the pyramid scheme. It's more people than I'm adding. Okay, it's more than just the church. It's more than just the hospitals. It's more than just DCFS. It's more than just the specialists who are under them. Okay, it's more than just lawyers. It's more than just the court system. It's more than just the prison system. It's more than just the school system. Because I have to have curriculums to get certain fundings. What's their curriculum? You see what I'm saying? Check the fact sheets and see what makes these people eligible and what's the requirements to receive certain funding. Because they're all getting funding and grants, but what's the requirement? You know, when you're about to go to college and they require you to write an essay, they require you to have a certain GPA, they require you to have certain activities under your belt to be more eligible for this. Well, funding's like that too, y'all. What's the requirements for funding? What's the requirements? What's the quota? Right? Because we talk about market. If we talk about money, we talk about the market. So when you go to that market, what's the requirements, right? That's why they say the children, is they using children. Y'all, this is it's sick. It's so sick, and it's very disturbing what's going on in society, like as a whole. But yeah, you have to meet a certain quota each year, right? What's the quota they must meet each year? Check the fact sheets. Check the fact sheets. What's their quota? The overseer is usually 34,000 with 9,000 employees. It meets a certain quota to get the good funding, right? Okay, what else? And then they make up these programs. They get even more funding, and they say, well, we got a program over here, these 3 programs, where we're going to need some money so we can divvy this up. But they're breaking themselves off under the table. breaking himself off. Like Joel Osteen had that $600,000 stacked up in this building. You know, that was no accident. Now somebody checked the cameras. That's why he put it in the bathroom, so you never know who's going in and out with that money. Do you see y'all? Do y'all not see what's going on? He stacked it in the bathroom, where the plumbing behind where the toilet's at. So then you don't know who's coming or going if cameras are to be pulled up by the feds. Y'all, do y'all not see what these people are doing right before our nose? And he's a motivational speaker. Has he motivated anybody to stack and money on the low? Because y'all know he's getting federal funding, he's getting grants, he's getting stuff like that. On top of he gets profit money from his TV show and stuff like that. On top of the books he's written and things like that. And he's still getting money from the people in the church. And you know there's people who donate to him like crazy across the world. With all that money, he's still stashing $600,000 in the bathroom where people where there's no cameras, where they know who's getting the money and not getting the money. And now, as we talk about pyramid schemes, this is so sad and disturbing and sickening to somebody who had hope in humanity. But God had to show it to me. He had to show it to me. I had to go through certain things to understand it, because I would not let go of hope for humanity, y'all. I was so like, people are really good at heart. People just need a little help. They need a little. God, I had to go through the journey so I can see like really what's going on. So, with that being said, we're going to end it here, you guys. Please feel free to like this video so we can share it to somebody else, right? So we can give somebody else the information that is needed in order for them to be able to get some information and learn, right? Sometimes we don't know, people don't know when they're in a Herbalife Ponzi scheme. They don't know when they're in a money Ponzi scheme. They just don't know, okay? But if they have the information, then they can decide if they're going to continue to be in a Ponzi scheme, or if they just go, have it their way. Like, what's that? You can have it your way, And I'm not saying you just have to, we're going to take steps on how to get out of it. Because you can self-refer your own self. That means you can refer your own self somewhere as an individual. I can say, I want these services because I choose to want these services. And that's different from them saying, hey, we're referring this individual so we can get federal funding. It's a little bit different. Okay? So, now you can choose. It's your choice. Because if you're referring yourself, that means you really want the services yourself, and you really want to put in that work and take that initiative to do what's good for you, not just good for what's good for money aspects, what's good for a checklist, what's good for a fact sheet, what's good for requirements. You're actually doing it because it's the best for yourself and your highest good and your well-being. There's a difference in that. Your Medi-Cal will notice a difference, and so will the other people who are a part of the Ponzi scheme know that there's a difference. Okay? So we're going to end it there. Okay, and I'm going to enjoy me some hot coffee. I don't know if it's hot now still, but, and then we'll call it a day, y'all. So you guys have a wonderful day, and just know thy enemy and know where you stand in their scheme, right? Because money is the root of all evil, and my gosh, where they ain't taking that shit, where they going. They ain't going where I'm going. They cannot go where I'm going. It's already set in stone. It's set in stone. We ain't going to the same places because they live for the root of all evil. They're a part of Ponzi schemes with the knowledge and knowing of it. They cannot go where I'm going. They know this. They're aware of this. Okay? So, because no, that's not me. So, with that being said, you guys have a wonderful day, a great day. We're going to end it there. We're going to drop the mic like Obama did. As he was telling you guys all about hope, and then did the Obamacare. So more funding can go into the medical institutions and stuff. Yeah. All right, you guys. Have a good day.